Moving on to the next topic, the only nuclear-armed regime in the Middle East, namely Israel, has threatened Iran again. Quote, Israel is primed to wage a war on Iran, and, quote, Israel's military has the technological capability to strike Iran, were part of Israel's Vice Prime Minister Moshe Yaalon threats. He stated that Israel, through assaults in neighboring Lebanon and Palestine, had the techniques for any future strikes on Iran. To expand on this more, we are privileged to have Danny Schechter, political analyst from New York, joining us. Danny Schechter, thanks for joining us on this news analysis. First of all, what do you make of Israel's threat at this juncture in time?
Well, you know, these threats have been continuing. There have been leaks to the press. There have been leaks to various columnists and journalists. There have been intimations that Israel wants to go it alone, and now they're saying they have the technical means to do so. This is part of a war of words, not only directed at Iran, but at the United States. Basically, they're trying to pressure the United States, first, to stop pressuring them on settlements, but secondly, to take stronger action, to impose stronger sanctions. And by threatening, you know, kind of a military option, they're kind of trying to push the Obama administration to go further than it has gone. And so this is all a sort of psychological warfare stage that was going on now with statements of this type. I think we're going to see more of it. This is part of a strategy of influencing public opinion and trying to dominate basically the news and the agenda.
Osama Safa, director of the Center for Policy Studies from Beirut, joins us. Osama Safa, I don't know if you heard Danny Schechter's words. Do you agree with him?
I didn't hear the whole conversation, but I do agree with the latter part of what he said, that this is more of diversionary tactics by the Israelis who feel under a lot of pressure. Their military options are shrinking, particularly in Lebanon and in Gaza. This is a convenient threat for them to distract attention and also basically to increase the tension in the region. This comes after the accusations, which are turning out to be false, that Hezbollah has Scud missiles in South Lebanon, which stirred a lot of uproar. So today we hear this, and I think it's also another part of this diversionary tactics that has been used by the Israelis for quite some weeks now. Theoretically, Israel may be able to strike Iran, but politically and functionally and operationally, this is very costly, if at all impossible. By all serious analysts' forecasts, this is going to be a very serious and potentially disastrous strike if and when it ever happens. Also, I don't think there is an international, particularly American, green light for something like this to happen. So what was said today is more of a provocation that I don't think it will materialize, or it has any potential to materialize anytime soon.
Danny Schechter, aside from this being against international law, why does Israel, I mean, you said that it's going to keep making threats like this, but why does Israel feel the need to constantly use threats against other countries?
Well, I don't know about other countries, but certainly Iran serves a function for Israel. Iran, you know, is something that they can use to try to intimidate critics in Israel, to essentially ratchet up fear of a possible Iranian attack, which is what we've heard constantly, and also, in a sense, to distract attention away from a lot of issues closer to home, including worldwide condemnation of Israeli policy vis-a-vis Palestinians and Gaza and the like. So, you know, if Iran didn't exist, I think they would need to invent Iran. You know, Iran plays this kind of role as the big bad, you know, kind of bear that's kind of about to jump on Israel. And so the Israeli politicians want to talk tough to try to reassure their own community, their own constituencies, that they're very much in control. But actually they're reacting in an increasingly hysterical way, it seems to me. And I think the result of it is just to really inflame tensions between Iran, Israel, and other parts of the world. And, you know, I think this is part of preparing for a war, but not actually yet fighting a war.